Nice. So that's Dutch versus Russia. What do you
Dutch
think
versus
about that?
Russia. That's an interesting one. I like that. As I think it's maybe one of the better Russia matchups. I mean, the early Cossack shipments can be quite hard for Dutch to deal with without sending 8 pikemen. Since, of course, the Dutch don't really have very good anti-cavalry units like musketeers. They just have their pikemen. So
Yeah.
I think I like it. But then again, Dutch isn't that reliant on hunts as other civilizations, so it's a little bit harder to contain them and starve them out for the Russian civ. So, yeah, I think it may actually be pretty balanced. I don't know on EP7 though, since Russia got nerfed a little bit there. So,
Yeah, but I don't think it's that relevant for that matchup. But yeah, anyway, I agree that it's a very interesting matchup because it's really like one Civ really will be in defense. We already know that, and one Civ will have an AFB and try to pressure the other. We already know that Russia will have an AFB and pressure Dutch who will camp in defense.
yeah,
So yeah,
exactly. And it's not just about the hunts and the mines on this map, but also the trade route in the south of the map, which can be taken by entirely by one player if he's very aggressive on the map. So there's also the potential for a trade post boom. So all in all, I think a lot of options on this map. But yeah, for these civilizations, it's indeed going to be pretty standard in terms of who's going to be the aggressor, I think.
yeah. I think the map is kind of fair. It's quite complicated to see, but yeah, I think we go with this one.
Yeah, it should be fine.
Yeah.
So immediately 95 wood being picked up by Major Dark here. And I think it
Oh,
was a 100 wood start, so he's not going to build anything like a trade post with that, but may definitely help him in transition for building a trade post or a market or a blockhouse.
yeah, that's a good treasure in any way. That's a lot of resources and quite easy to take.
Yep. And Dutch taking 135 XP, and that's gonna probably speed up his first shipment by a little bit. So it's not that bad either.
Yeah.
Then again, Dutch usually have their second shipment already done by the time they reach a second age because they're building a bank in transition. So it will
Mm,
take a while for it
yeah,
to pay off.
but that said, it's not really 100% the case. I mean, it's always the case when you see like Lord Raphael playing or Maito or I don't know good Dutch players. But for Sarkisyan's, I'm not like it could happen that he doesn't manage to build the bank already during transition, and then it's nice that he has this treasure because he's sure to have his shipment ready in any case. No,
Yeah, that's true. So indeed, it's a good pickup. But I think now that we see Major Dark taking 70 food, he's definitely ahead in treasures so far. But this could be actually quite game changing. And the Native American warrior, it has been nerfed in EP7 against villagers, but still it can be quite a nuisance if Major Dark chooses to build a forward blockhouse and there's a native tomahawk there, combined with the envoy that Sark has, of course. Could pose a threat against any forward villagers.
yeah, I agree. I hope Major Dark will take care of it and send like free villagers and also have his explorer ready to help defend them. It looks a bit laggy, right?
Yeah, it does look a little bit laggy. I'm not quite sure on whose end that is. I think Major Dark did say that he was on a cellular connection, so that may be a possible
Yeah.
cause.
Yeah, he was red at some point in the
Yes.
lobby, so I don't know, but maybe I should try to leave. I don't think it's me, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
quite sure either.
yeah, I think we let him check first.
Yeah, he's gonna check his connection, I assume.
So I'm gonna do a quick ping test, maybe. Mm, yeah, mine is not the best, but it shouldn't make lag. I have like 50 milliseconds.
Right. Okay. Well, we will let him check and then continue with the game. Probably we're already almost 3 minutes in. So.
On your side, everything is fine, right? Like you don't drop any frames or something?
No. Well, yeah, like 5 frames, but that's not really significant.
So meanwhile, we can check. So you changed that I was louder than you already.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
You changed the sound that I was louder than you already.
Yeah. I did.
Okay.
Yeah. So the sound should be fine now. By the way, while we're here waiting, we can talk about Major Dark sending 300 wood instead of the, I think, more standard wood trickle. There's a certain point where the wood trickle will actually give you more wood than 300 wood. Of course, that takes a few minutes. So sending the crates instead of the trickle probably indicates that he wants to be quite fast and quite aggressive. That's at least, that's what I take out of it. Perhaps he's gonna do something strange like getting the whole trade route, but okay, Major Dark dropping here. That is quite unfortunate.
Yeah, I hope he will come back because otherwise I don't know. I guess Sargsyan will probably agree to replay this game.
Yeah, I think indeed Sark gets the choice as to whether he wants to accept an automatic win or replay the game.
Yeah, that will be nice that he accepts to replay because at this point it's really early.
Yep. Okay, the sound is better now, so that's at least one upside.
Yeah.
Fs are in the chat.
We just need the players.
Well, I think we're gonna go back out of this game into the lobby.
I guess so.
And see if he comes online. I'm gonna add him.
Maybe he had a problem when checking his connection. I don't know. Yeah, that would be quite unfortunate.
Yeah, do you have any means of contacting Major Dark in the Discord channel you're in with him?
Yeah, I will try. So I sent him a message. Let's see.
All right.
Cheers. Okay, so Sargsyan has hosted again meanwhile. Okay, they are all here.
Yeah, he's saying switch connection. Well, Sark saying it's okay and we can replay the game, so showing some good sportsmanship.
Yeah, good. I was expecting that, honestly.
I believe he could have even saved the game in terms of like saving the game state. Replaying from there, but I'm actually not sure whether that's even an option we should do. I believe in the rules it just says the other player can choose to replay the game, but
yeah, I think we should do that. As you say, just continue the game with recording stuff. But I have no clue how it works.
Oh well.
That's too late now, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Just gonna take a look at the rules and see what it says about that.
Okay. I'm checking the map meanwhile.
Yeah, it indeed says restart and replay the game. So it doesn't say you can start from a saved game. So
Yeah, that makes sense. So if it happens again, we are gonna try to do that.
yeah. Okay, so what we were talking about, I think the 300 wood that was being sent. Let's see if he chooses to do that again this game. He definitely has it in his deck along with advanced trading posts. So.
Oh, interesting. That was a wood start this time, so I don't know. It might change his plan.
That's true. Maybe he will still send 300 wood, and then send advanced trading post and just get all 3 trading posts at the bottom.
Oh, that's an idea.
It's definitely a possibility.
By the way, in fact, it probably won't change his plan because last time he had also a 95 wood treasure, so in the end it's the same for him, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. And this time Dutch Sargsyan has a 100 food treasure. Major Dark has a 90 food treasure like last game. But 100 food for Dutch is really good. And I think it can help him skip a villager and age up with 14 villagers.
Yeah, it can, but he's taking a lot of gold now, so it doesn't look like he's trying to do that because he's mining gold for the 15th already.
Right, okay, so it looks like he's not going to try to age up faster, but just have a good eco behind it, and he's definitely gonna have a good time building his first bank. Yeah, another 80 food, so he's gonna have a good economy going into H2, that's for sure.
Yeah, he probably could have tried for the 14 age up with these 2 treasures. Yeah, because he has, like, if this 100 gold were food, he would already have the resources now.
Yep. Yeah, that's true. So he's still aging with 15, but he could have aged earlier up there. Yeah. Russia gonna not send forward villagers yet. He's still gathering for the 800 food, of course, but he does once again send 300 wood. So he's probably gonna do something a little bit aggressive. But his hero is on the very top of the map, so I don't think it's gonna be anything in terms of taking the map and taking the trade post, but probably just gonna build a blockhouse with that.
Yeah, sometimes there is some people who do like really aggressive stuff. I don't know if Major Dark does that, but there is a build where you send 300 wood at the first card, and then you age up with food, with 500 food, and I don't exactly know how it works, but you really can have tons of units early on. But then there is not much follow-up to that. It's quite annoying.
Yeah, exactly. So without sending the trickle and by aging with food, it gives you a good short-term advantage, but it's going to be hard to keep that momentum. So he's going to build the forward blockhouse, as we can see, with 2 villagers. But Sargsyan has an opportunity to bring in a hunt, so he's going to have plenty of hunts in his base since he's the Dutch civilization. So I think he's going to be fine under this pressure if he manages to build his base well and I guess send the correct units.
Yeah, there is really a lot of food on this map, so that's good for Dutch, I guess. He won't struggle for that at least. Yeah, and they are both having quite good treasures overall.
Yeah.
I know Sark is getting more food.
Yeah, they're still taking treasures. There are a couple of big ones on the top of the map still left over. The Native American warriors are not that important anymore. But there's some small beaver treasures still. And a villager there, yeah.
Yeah, it's quite big. Like, it's quite usual to see the Russian explorer going there. Like, after the first push with the 5 Cossacks, they go back and he takes the treasure with them. Oh, yep. And he starts with a stable.
He's starting out with a stable, and against Russia, I think that is fine. Because, well, either Russia sends 5 Cossacks and goes in with 5 Musketeers, and then The Hussar can do actually fine against the 5 Musketeers, since it's just they're of course weaker. And if he starts out with Strelets, then of course Russia's toast. So I think starting out with Hussar is a pretty good choice.
Yeah. The thing is, 5 Musketeers. So first, it's not as much as 5 normal Musketeers, as you said. And also, the Hussars are especially good against them because they kill them without overkill, so that's quite efficient.
Yep.
And together with the TC Fire, you are usually quite fine.
Yeah, he's only got out 4 of them though, and a little bit out of position there. One is already on a half HP, and the fight hasn't even really started yet. Should definitely keep them back until he has to use them, and maybe even pop them out along with Minuteman.
Yeah, that's quite dangerous. No, did you pay attention whether Major Dark aged up indeed with the food or with the...
I can take a look at the text completed. He aged up with the Philosopher Prince, so that is...
So the food.
Yeah, that is the food. The other one is the Quartermaster for 400 wood. So indeed, he did do that strategy he talked about. Sending 300 wood early on and then aging with 500 food and getting out a decent mass. But then again, he has not really accomplished much with it. The stable is not down. The villagers are not really idle. And, well, he was able to send 700 wood instead of a military shipment. So far, Sargsyan is still fine.
Yeah, and 13 Strelets as well coming in for Major Dark. So he is quite all in now. And it will be indeed hard to hold this push for Sargsyan, I guess.
Yep.
But
I assume Minuteman will be coming out pretty soon here. The Hussars are on top of the Strelets, so he's doing a good job there. There are the Minutemen.
There we go. It looks close. I think it's a good trade for Sargsyan overall.
Well, yeah, but he's not gonna have any military units after this. His next shipment is 700 food, actually. Okay,
that's questionable.
Yeah, that is definitely questionable. I think something like 8 pikemen would actually do pretty good here if they popped out on top of the Cossacks. Since all the other Musketeers and Strelets are, well, almost all are down, so maybe even 3 Hussars.
Exactly. But in the end, if he holds like that, I guess he's in a good spot.
Yeah, definitely. So he's now gonna gather up that 700 food. He still's got 2 banks, so his gold income is quite stable, and he's probably able to get out a decent mass of Hussars next pass. Yeah, there are 5 Hussars. So I think he's in a good spot now. He's survived the first initial push, and Major Dark doesn't really have any sort of eco. Both of them don't have a market, but Sargs is building one now, so...
Yeah, and the thing is, now Major Dark will struggle for his houses because he didn't age up with wood and he doesn't have the wood trickle, so you can see that he is popped now.
Yep, he basically has to push in. He doesn't have any wood, he's not even gathering it. He doesn't have a market to trade for wood. And I think he's in
probably will ship some at some point. Like maybe next card will be 700 wood, but no, he needs to push.
Meanwhile, he's losing a lot of villagers in his base. He's shooting some in Sark's base as well, and he's of course killing the stable. But I think he's losing more villagers here, and in the end...
Yeah, 4.
Okay, so 4 more Hussars pop out just before the stable goes down, and that's a really good catch for Sark.
Oh, the 8 pikes are popping now. Oh yeah, I think that's enough for Sark now.
Yep, he's now gonna clean it up. The 8 pikes are more than enough to deal with the Cossacks, and he's still got plenty of Hussars to catch any units trying to run away. So Major Dark is really toast here. Calling GG, and first game going to Sargsyan.
Already. Oh, that was a quick game. Yeah, as we said, it was really an all-in push from Major Dark, so now that it didn't work, he knows that he's kind of fucked and he just resigned.
Yeah,
also because he lost his field, I guess. So, oh yeah, and I think he stopped the Ville production probably because he's only on 19. Let's check that. Yeah, he didn't really stop, but he didn't always produce Villes. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 19 Villes, it's not many.
He skipped one batch, basically. Yeah, if you take a look at military unit population, you can see his first initial push was quite strong and he had a lot of units out. But after that, it basically flatlined and Sark was able to keep producing. So...
Yeah, that was a good game from Sark, actually. I didn't expect him to be that good. He really did well.
Yeah, secretly you're rooting for Major Dark as well, probably, so...
No, but really, like, he didn't lose too many wheels and he didn't panic. He was most of the time still gathering with them while Major Dark was in his base, which is not that easy to do. And then he came back at the right moment with his cav after getting a good raid and really had a good timing to push out. That was great.
Yeah, that's true. So next up we're gonna see Colorado. Of course, Sargsyan has to pick a civilization here first and cannot pick the Dutch civilization anymore. So I don't really know what civs he's best with. So I'm gonna let myself be surprised by his pick.
Yeah, I have no clue, honestly. I haven't played much with him, like only a few games a long time ago, and I don't remember at all. Major Dark, I know what he plays. He likes French the most, and then he likes Iroquois, China.
Okay, I'm actually hoping we see some non-European civilizations here. Something like China would definitely be refreshing. So I'm actually hoping.
Oh yeah, especially on this new patch where they have been changed a bit, like quite a lot in fact. So it would be interesting to see that. Oh, but India
looks like India is being picked by Sark here, and of course that is, I think, one of the civilizations we see quite a lot in general in Age of Empires 3 and definitely in tournaments against Aztecs. I like that.
Oh, yeah, that's a really good matchup. It's really interesting to see.
Yeah, nice. Definitely. Aztecs is, I think, one of the civilizations that can have quite a good and strong rush fast enough to even make India go back to their base and not like go out on the map building their aggro fort. Like it's quite scary trying to take the map against Aztecs. So
yeah, they can do some timings with the Pumas and things that are scary.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you will be precise against that. Then I don't know how good Major Dark is with Aztec. I don't remember him playing that, but maybe like I haven't played much in the past 4 months, so maybe he plays them. I don't know.
Right. Okay. Well, we'll see.
And by the way, Major Dark is I think he knows Jaruga quite well, so maybe he.
Oh, he's taking lessons.
Could be. So maybe he.
Maybe we'll see some
like Warrior Feast.
Yeah, I'm hoping for some fast industrial action here. Okay, it looks like he's already picked his deck. I think he's only got one deck, and Major Dark does have some of the industrial cards that Aztecs need, but then again, I think it's a fairly standard deck overall, so it's really hard to judge the strategy based on that. But yeah, immediately take 120 XP treasure.
Whoa.
That's quite significant. He's going to have his 3 villagers very early on. And it's going to get those shipments in the second age very quickly, especially with the warrior priest. I believe it's also a wood start. So...
Yeah. Also, he's not dancing yet with the warrior priest. I hope he will notice.
Yeah, he should notice it when he goes back to his base. Yeah, there he goes. Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Losing just a few dancing seconds. That is... Not a huge deal, especially now he's taking 90 food, so his age-up time will be fine.
Oh yeah, that's quite good. With the XP, he anyway already has a shipment on the way, I think. From his treasure.
Yeah, he's already gonna have a shipment on the way, and gonna have that 3 villagers out very early on. 90 wood here for Sark, ready to be picked up by his 2 elephants. So both of these players are probably very happy with their initial treasures. And there's still lots to gain on this map. There are plenty of treasures on the edges. of the map. So, yeah, both of these players will have a good time in the early age.
Especially on the side where Sargsyan's elephants are, there are a lot of big treasures. Oh, but they are maybe not all interesting. Yeah, he will look for this one, I guess. Yeah, that's the only
95
really...
wood, that's pretty huge. This one could actually be
And
good
there
for
is this-
Aztecs. 30% more HP.
Oh yeah, even for India, in fact, it's quite interesting.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Getting out more stumps, trying to soak up more damage. Good for basically every hero, but yeah, especially those melee heroes. Probably quite happy.
I think for the European heroes, it's less important because they are just not as good. But yeah, for Asian or native heroes, that's really nice.
Yep.
And yeah, we have an Agra fort already mid-map.
Yep, a forward Agra fort, and it has been spotted by Major Dark, so he can now adjust his strategy accordingly. I don't know what that is gonna be though. Major Dark even calling it out in the chat. I like how they're shit talking a little bit.
Yeah, but in fact, it's quite a surprise. No, I didn't realize instantly, but usually that's not what you do in this matchup. You don't build a forward base with India because it's quite dangerous. Like Major Dark is already H2, and Aztec can be really fast, so we will see what it gives. Maybe Sargsyan has a plan to deal with that.
Yeah, Major is of course able to just build a warhead now in his base and defend, and probably even gets away with sending 3 warrior priests or 700 wood first before he has to start sending military shipments, just because he's ace up so early and he's got a lot of XP. He's both got the fire pit and of course the XP treasure early on, so I think he will be just fine.
Yeah, and I would like to say also that Sargsyan, he did not the best job at herding. He's now herding a bit on his base, but yeah, still he didn't really herd neither this hand nor this one, so...
Yeah, that's true. Early on that won't matter too much, of course, since he's gonna be the aggressor, but yeah, once there's Coyote running around, he definitely has to keep his villagers close to his town center to defend them.
Oh, and on Major Dark shipped 5 vills as a first shipment. Yeah, that's really not standard as Aztec. You usually see either 3 warrior priest or 700 wood, I think.
Yeah, 5 villagers is of course a good economic shipment, and if he can just bring it in without really taking any damage from early India aggression, then that's great. But in most cases, 700 wood is just a better way to defend yourself and to get your eco up, since you can build a market with it, but you can also build military units with it. So there's still a lot of options available.
And he's starting with Pumas, but there is 7 sepoys already running in his base. So yeah, I don't know. I hope he will make some myseculting now.
Yeah, those Pumas are of course great against the elephants and against the actual Agra fort. But yeah, against Sepoy, they don't really do a lot of damage, and not quite sure why he opted to go for them first. Maybe he was expecting something like 4 sours first, but that would be quite unorthodox, so it's an interesting pick from him.
Yeah, but he will lose 2 villagers now. Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. For nothing, basically.
Yeah, exactly. He could have saved those villagers quite easily.
Yeah, I think he expected Sargsyan to not go this way, so it was a bit unfortunate that he went back by this way of the cliff. Like, he probably thought Sargsyan will go back here, so he tried to sneak his vills on the side, but then they got spotted.
Yeah, if they kept on walking, I think they would be fine, but yeah, you're losing 2 villagers there to the early aggression. Then again, Major Dark did not send a military unit shipment yet, so he was able to send 700 wood, so that does mean his eco is actually in a quite excellent position right now. 700 wood is going to allow him to build a lot of units and of course houses and a market. So he's still fine, but
in the end maybe not the biggest deal, because what will matter if is whether his timing that should probably be like no or something like or soon will work or not. So we will see. Like he just chipped 10 maces, so he's pushing a bit, but he only has 5 Pumas and 5 Coyotes, and I don't think it's enough to take down the Agra Fort. But
Yeah,
we will.
he doesn't have, I think, the siege potential. Maybe if his 6 Puma shipment is right after this, then he can have enough siege to take it down. But he's gonna have enough military units to at least take out the Sepoy Gurkha army, even having some Coyote to kite everything down. So maybe he can take it down.
Yeah, these 5 Pumas, in fact, they siege quite fast. It's already like 3000 HP. So
Oh,
already...
Minutemen coming out and immediately killing off 2 of the Puma. So that's a good good pop from Sark there to make sure his Aggro Fort doesn't go down immediately.
Yeah, but at the same time, like Major Dark is killing all the army here, so I think he's still in a good spot, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, he's killed almost all of the Sepoy. Only thing left are a few Kurga, but he still has got Coyote runners. They can deal with that quite easily. The Minutemen are now on low HP as well, taken down by the Mesa Houghton.
Oh.
And
he's... Do you know how much free horse from Ottoman's consulate cost?
400 export.
Okay, so it's interesting to see that I think the Minutemen from Ottoman consulate cost no more than they used to. And as a result, Sargsyan doesn't have enough export to build the free hussars from the consulate now. So that's really relevant.
Yeah, exactly. So he basically had to choose between sending 3 hussars and a Minuteman. Of course, since he had to fight the Puma, he didn't want to send the hussars there. But that does mean he's not got enough export right now. He still needs like 20 export more before he can send the hussars. So maybe that will be enough to clean up this army. But yeah, Aztecs does have a strong follow-up. Their eco is fine and he keeps sending Coyote runners. And eventually this Aggro Fort is gonna go down.
Yeah, I think no, Sargsyan is really in a bad spot. I don't think it's really good from Major Dark that he sends the Coyotes upgrade. So, like, I think with 6 Pumas would have been much better here. Like,
for sieging it down would have been a lot faster. 9 Mesa Hottons is next, but yeah, once again, I think siege is quite important right now.
Oh, but the 3 horse are on the way. I think they will be too late.
Yeah, they're too late to be popped out of the Aggro Fort. So, yeah, that means that I think Major Dark is in a winning position right now.
Yeah, he shouldn't lose right now, but yeah, it's still tricky sometimes to finish the game against India, especially since there will be a big raid from the 3 horse, and if he goes there...
Yeah, but he's gonna get spotted before getting there.
Yeah, but you know, sometimes I know that sometimes Major Dark doesn't react very fast, so
yeah,
it could be dangerous, especially since he's a bit distracted by the fact he's pushing himself.
Yep.
But okay, he saw them.
Yeah, now we can see that Sargsyan's herding early on is gonna punish him now. He doesn't have any food gathering villagers in his base, so they're very exposed on the north of his base. There's some Sepoy left in his base to defend, but his hussars haven't accomplished much. So from here on, Aztec is just gonna produce units quicker than the India player, and I'm not quite sure what India needs to get back into this.
Yeah, when you look at the military population, it looks quite hopeless for India, in fact. There's a lot of units reinforcing, because he shipped no Pumas.
There are 10 Tiger Claws. That's... if he's able to take down and focus down the Puma Spearmen, then those 10 Tiger Claws can actually do quite decent. But I think the positioning is just really in favor of Aztecs. And more Puma are now coming in, and I think this is basically game over for India here.
Yeah, I think he will resign soon. Yeah, because India will just lose everything, and I don't see anything he could do now to kill this army.
Yeah, exactly. This is a very dire situation. Puma even started teaching the market now. And Sargsyan has
Okay, we
resigned,
go.
so GG. It is now 1-1. I'm gonna update the score. Can't believe no one
Yeah,
called
so
me out for not updating the score previous game. But
oh. Yeah, no one said anything, I think.
yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah, so that's good. We will have one last game. Or do we start the last game or not? Because I know there is another series in like 7 minutes or something.
Yeah, that's true. I think we can start the
Or
last game. The next,
we try to rush into it, maybe.
yeah, exactly. What is the next series? I believe. Is that Comet
I
K
think,
versus
yeah,
Gip?
yeah, quite an interesting series. I'm quite excited for this one.
I don't see Comet K online yet, or maybe he's on his second account and X Rories. So
Hmm. I don't see him on Nether account, but maybe he plans to come soon.
yeah, but
We'll
I
see.
think we have a few minutes. We can quickly go into the final game of this
Yeah,
best of
yeah. I
three.
think we'll be able to wait a few minutes. I hope it won't be like a 1 hour game because otherwise that could be a problem. Oh, okay, they're locked already. Great, but I don't know if Sarkisian will keep India. It's an option, definitely. Oh no, Germany. Oh, surprising. I guess it's his best sieve, maybe.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going into the third game here of Sargsyan versus Major Dark. Right now it's 1-1, so whoever wins this game is gonna proceed to the next round. And indeed, Germany versus British, again a European matchup. A very straightforward one, I think a quite balanced one as well. And on Hudson Bay, so I think that sea is probably not gonna get utilized, but the trade posts definitely are.
Yeah, I don't think it will be good for neither of the thieves to go to the sea. Like they can do that, but it will be slowing them down a lot, and it's a big deal in this matchup, I believe.
Yeah, exactly. It is going to be a wood start, so that means that the British player can start with either a trade post and a house, or a market and a house, or two houses. And the German player can start out with a trade post, and he's probably going to do that, immediately picking up 40 wood as well in his base. So I think Sargsyan is going to be very happy, immediately plopping down a trade post, and we'll have to see what a British player chooses to do with his extra wood.
Exactly. Yeah, he's going for it. Or I don't think it's the right trading post though. Yeah, I don't. I'm not sure you always get the XP from this one. I think
I don't
usually
think he
you
can.
take this one. Yeah. Or it will be close, in
It will
fact.
be close. Let's see. Let's see here.
Uh, oh,
Yeah,
he
he's
got
got
it.
it. He's got the first pass. Definitely very happy with
Nice.
that.
Yeah, that was risky.
Yeah, on the other hand, we have the British player taking 95 wood, which is also a huge bonus, and it's gonna allow him to build a third house. He's already got two manor houses, so two free villagers in his base, but he's gonna have a third one after this treasure.
If he chops the 10 more
Yeah,
wood,
10. Yeah, okay. So chopping 10 wood, but of course that's definitely worth it. It's gonna pay off. I think he will do that, but maybe he will wait until the transition to H2.
yeah, it looks like he's not moving any villager yet, so okay. He doesn't want to lose any time, I guess.
Yeah, it makes sense as well. Of course, aging up quickly is one of the most important aspects from the H1. So,
Oh, and this will be interesting now.
yeah, Major Dark probably has a crack shot ready.
I don't know about that. He just used it on this wood treasure. I don't know if it has reloaded already.
Well, yeah,
Let-
but that has been a minute, so I think it won't be too long before he
Ah.
has it ready.
Oh, apparently or at least he's not using it.
Yeah. But then again, Sargsyan does have enough HP, so he can just stand there and wait for Major Dark to use his crack shot.
Oh, there we
Okay,
go.
Major's
Oh,
got
Major
it.
Dark. Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, Sargsyan wasn't really paying attention, I believe.
Yeah, 120
Sadly.
food. That's quite a good pickup.
Whoa, actually, Major Dark is already aging up. He's
Yeah.
only 6 villager despite having 2 minor house, so that's earlier than what you expect normally for Brit.
Yeah, that's true. And he actually started aging at the moment he got his first shipment. So that's indeed a very early age up. And gonna be very happy with that. Immediately building a market now. All his villagers on wood. And he's gonna build some manor houses in transition.
Yeah. I think it was only possible because he got this treasure that he just stole. So that was really insane for him.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. A Nootka warrior being picked up by Sark is probably not gonna be too significant. Okay, that's a forward manor house there. Probably gonna just use it for line of sight, but maybe he does have an aggressive strategy in mind.
Yeah, probably. Actually, it's either you go for a semi-FF as Brit, and most of the time with Virginian Company, which he's not doing, apparently, or you go aggressive in H2. Usually, that's the two main strategies. Oh, but there is a Nootka coming in
Yeah,
from Sargsyan.
he scouted out those two villagers and starting to attack them.
Oh, I don't know if you want to fight that. This villager will be in danger.
Well, he's just gonna plop down a barracks, so he's definitely gonna do something aggressive. That Nootka is now gonna siege down the barracks, which is gonna do quite decent damage early on.
But in the end, I don't think Major Dark will care too much about these damages. That, like, he's not even have to repair the barrack because it won't be pushed out, I guess, because he's the aggressor. So I don't really like that Sargsyan decided to siege the barrack, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's now on half health, so at some point maybe he can run around with some Yulan and actually siege it down completely if Major Dark doesn't repair it. If he does, it will cost him like 50 wood, so that's still...
Yeah, that's quite something, you're right.
Still 50 wood taken from Major Dark.
And meanwhile, Germany is starting with a barrack, so probably we are gonna see some crossbows.
Yeah, some crossbowmen against any incoming musketeer or longbowman or pikeman. Yeah, they're the first musketeers, and they're probably just gonna go straight for the trade post and not for Sargsyan's base.
Yeah, that's one problem with this trading path. Even though he got a really early XP, which was quite good, it's now a bit annoying that it's just in front of his base, while if it was this one, it will be a bit more annoying for Brit to go siege it.
Yeah. Oh, a lot of subscriptions. Zeelyflower just gifted 20 subscriptions to the community. 20 subscriptions. So, thanks a lot, Zeelyflower, for your continued support. And, welcome, Hall Girl and Xerxes and the Jazz and Second Last Night and lots more.
Oh. Yes, that's big indeed. I don't know if I had ever seen that on ESOC TV, 20 subscription at one time.
Yeah, it's a huge gift. So thanks a lot. I'm gonna have a lot of notifications the next 2 minutes. So gonna have some interruptions on the stream. But definitely good because we can celebrate it. Thanks a lot, Silly Flower.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Major Dark, to come back to the game, he made 5 longbowmen and shipped 6 of them, so he has quite strong timing, but the 6 longbowmen are not moving. That's really unfortunate. Okay, now they are moving in, but he needs to wait for them to walk to the base. And yeah, he has a lot of military units. That's quite strong.
Yeah, he does have a decent amount of units here. Then again, Sargsyan was able to send the 3 settler wagons shipment. Didn't have to send any military units yet. So his eco is still on par with the British player. So yeah, at some point Major Dark should use his units since, well, he has an advantage now, but for how long?
Yeah, I don't really like that he's waiting. Like he picks a good treasure, okay, that's fine, but he should really go now because that's his timing. When you ship 6 longbowmen like that so early, you really need to do something with them. And he doesn't want to let Germany age up. Uh, oh, okay, but actually Germany, yeah, they are gathering for aging up. So yeah, but Major Dark is moving in. That would be really dangerous.
Yep. Of
Well,
course, Sargsyan does have some crossbowmen and the ability to send Minutemen. And of course, some next shipment can be units as well. Okay, it's gonna be 700 gold, so
that's not so good now because he already has almost enough coin to age up, and this coin will be a bit useless, I think.
yeah, that coin is not gonna be really used. It's only gonna be good for an H-up, but not for any units, except if he wants to build double Swordners. So, Major Dark is probably gonna have a good time going into this. Minutemen are now coming out as well, but he still can probably just DPS them down and secure a victory from here.
Yeah, I think it's really Major Dark is really in a good spot. Just know Sargsyan is training 5 Uhlans, and then he will have also double Thunders in queue. But that's yeah, that's a bit late. And
Yeah.
he lost already quite a few units, even some villagers, I believe.
Yeah, and Sargsyan is still not aging up, so, well, the best case for him would be to maybe not survive this attack with all his units, but at least be in the next age. But he's not gonna be in the next age for quite a while. He's gonna be stuck here. Still doesn't have a great eco behind this, so...
Yeah, and if you look at the unit lost now, you can see that it was definitely a super good trade for Major Dark.
Yeah, Major Dark still having 23 musketeers, and Sargsyan, yeah, kind of wasting his last crossbowman here. More Yulin are coming out, but there's still no anti-infantry for Sargsyan, and he's
Yeah,
gonna...
he just made one dot, but it's not really useful now.
Yeah, he's gonna need the 8 crossbowman shipment for sure, and maybe if Major Dark overcommits, then he can still have a good fight there, but if he plays well, he should be able to just keep getting better trades and eventually spiral that into a win.
Yeah, also Major Dark just shipped 600 wood, and he's now building some manors, so his eco is starting to look quite nice.
Yeah, his eco is already getting ahead of Sark, and that's just gonna continue to grow. The 8 crossbowman shipment is now on the field, but probably not gonna be enough to take this down. All the Yulin are gone now as well, and I believe this may be the end for this game for Sargsyan here. Major Dark still in complete control.
Yeah, I think it's game over now, because this 8 boss shipment was really what Sargsyan needed to push back, but no, he doesn't have anything else that will do this job. So yeah, he's in bed.
And there is the GG. Major Dark winning a series 2-1 against Sargsyan. Thanks both for playing, and yeah, definitely Major Dark was in complete control of this game from the start, I think. Rushing seems to be something he quite likes, and paying
Yeah,
off.
in fact, yeah, he was quite all in all the 3 games. Maybe not so all in with Aztec, but still he was always the aggressor.